Hey there, it's me, Lottie, and today what we're going to do is go over some Self-Love September practices and activities that I've been using that might appeal to you. And I have quite a long list here. I'm going to divide this into 2 videos because the list is long. So let's jump right into the first 8. I'm messing up this number thing. So the first one I'm going to start out with is something fun, and I encourage you to think about what your equivalent would be, like maybe something that you really loved in your childhood or teen years that you got away from. And for me, it was or is stickers. Now, I love stickers. I have always loved stickers, but I had gotten away from stickers. And then I forgot how much I liked stickers. And, just if you keep a planner, like this is an old planner book, but just decorating pages with stickers, it was just fun. And then I fell into the world of Etsy. Not all of them are on Etsy. Some have their own page. So I just found this wonderful world of young entrepreneurs who are making awesome stickers. I've done a video on this particular store, Melanin Eclectic, and she makes just the cutest stickers for a variety of, poses and things that they're doing. A lot of, food prep, shopping, yoga, having a cup of coffee, all different kinds. I love these stickers by Melanin Eclectic. And there's so many, like I said, that are online that you can get just, very cool stickers. Or you could make your own stickers. I decided to take my Bitmoji. Do you Bitmoji? And I had some label paper. And I just printed some off and cut them out to use in my journal or for whatever I decide to use them for, right? So number 1 is stickers. Another thing that I've been enjoying along the line of art is hand lettering. It's kind of a trend now. People are learning how to hand letter, and it's called modern calligraphy, because instead of the lines being so square and chisel pointed, it's a more flowy kind of writing. I'll show you an example. Although there are as many examples as there are, letters, of course. Let's see if I can find an example. Here's an example that I was practicing. And it's kind of peaceful, kind of zen. So practicing hand lettering or practicing your penmanship, just working to have a more pretty handwriting, if that's what you want. I like to practice on my handwriting. I like the way it looks. I like the feeling of my hand making these loops and dips and curves, and I find it sort of peaceful. So practicing hand lettering, there's all kinds of ways to do it. There are expensive markers, brush tip markers, specifically for, hand lettering and that kind of thing. They can be kind of expensive. I have really been enjoying, like I said, going back to childhood, I have been enjoying my Crayola Super Tips. This is the box of 100 100 that I think was like $20, but you could get a smaller package for sure. I just, I'm extra. I had to get every one. I was like, what's the biggest one? What is the biggest one? So, but using the Crayola Super Tips, let's see if I can find another example. Just like I said, I've been having fun with it. Well, this one kind of speaks for itself. I was having one of those days, right? But I liked doing my lettering, my hand lettering. So anyway, practicing hand lettering or practicing your penmanship or doing anything artsy, that's just a good way to practice self-love. You could get a little watercolor set, from the dollar store or from a craft store. You could get a big Grown and Sexy watercolor set, oil painting set, or acrylics, whatever floats your boat. Canvases or some paper, a paint by number, just something to turn on. For me, it was about turning on that other side of the brain. Now, I tend to live on that side of the brain. And so for me, it would be more challenging if someone said, add up a row of money for a self-love activity. Although budgeting is a self-love activity, I'm just saying that crunching numbers doesn't quite give me the same thrill as working with Crayola Super Tips. That's not to say, I don't know. Sometimes I do like crunching numbers. Anyway, I think that's number 3. So we have stickers, hand lettering, and arts and crafts in general. If you don't know what to draw or if you don't know what to paint, I remember seeing a suggestion, write your name as big as possible on the page. Just write your name, who you are. Flourishes, hearts, flowers, bumblebees, cannabis leaves, whatever you think, reflects you, whatever makes you feel warm and fuzzy, make the letters really skinny or make some of them fat, whatever you want to do, just write your name, The next thing that I had a lot of fun with for Self-Love September, or having a lot of fun with, is to make myself a playlist. Now, I think it's cool the way music can transport us to a time and a place and emotion. You can really be taken there with music, right? So at first I started, I wanted to play all the songs that I felt were empowering. I had a lot of Jill Scott on there. I had some India.Arie on there. I had Sarah Bareilles. I just had, songs that I love, songs that I know to be empowering or make me feel empowered. But I wanted to create a new chapter, a whole new vibe, something that I would only equate with this time in my life, this new chapter, Self-Love September 2020, and the personal time that I've been taking to reflect. So I wanted all new musicians, even new genres of music, things that I just hadn't heard before. And then the key is for you to pick something, pick a few things, and play them every day or play them every other day. It will imprint on you, it will. And that'll be your jam from Self-Love September. And so I decided I did this page here. This is my playlist. And I got this idea from watching YouTubers who make awesome bullet journals. But I cut out the album covers and, just made a really cool visual collage of my playlist. And I'm going to share with you just one of the artists that I came across. I first came across this genre of music called fado. I think it's pronounced fado. And it is considered a traditional or folk music in Portugal. And there are a number of singers that sing this type of music. And only recently have modern artists even begun to challenge the structure of it. I guess there is a particular way it's done, a particular way in which the vocalist shows up, even sometimes what they wear and their interactions with the musicians and the band. So I had never heard of fado before, and I came across it in my travels. So I went on Spotify and found a few artists. I will put their little slide in here, who they are. So that was just something interesting. And then the other person that I came across, her name is Cesaria Evora. I believe that's how you pronounce it, Cesaria Evora, better known as CZ. She's a Cape Verdean singer, songwriter. She was nicknamed the Barefoot Diva for performing without shoes. She got her start in bars and then went to cruise ships, and then someone heard her and was invited to Paris to record. I love her voice. It's just beautiful, and I like her story. So anyway, that's just one of the things on my list. Like I said, that would be number 4, to make a playlist for a new chapter. Discovering new artists, new genres, songs, people that you are not accustomed to listening to, maybe classical, maybe jazz, maybe Spanish guitar, maybe Celtic folk music, just broadening your horizons, your musical horizons. So that is number 4. The next thing that I have really leaned heavily on around Self-Love September, and all the time really, but it really, I just appreciate this so much, are podcasts. Podcasts on personal development, especially self-help, self-love, or just a topic that you love, a topic that you're really interested in, a topic that you want to explore. There are so many podcast apps and so many podcasts for whatever you may think you like. So I really just like it as a way, like when I have to drive somewhere, or when I'm walking the dog, or sometimes when I'm washing dishes or fixing a meal, to pop on a podcast, because they're usually relatively short. I mean, some are really long, but like I said, there's podcasts for everything. And I just like to learn a little something or get to know a little something. And there have been quite a few that have really, really stood out for me. And I'm going to do a separate video that's a podcast roundup. The next thing on my Self-Love September activities and things you can do or tools you can use is digital library apps. So if you have a library card, you can use the digital library system. This one app is called Hoopla. The other I know is called Libby, and there may be more than that. My library uses Hoopla, and you do need a library card to sign up. But once you sign up, you are able to check out ebooks, audiobooks, music, movies. They don't have everything, but I mean, it's not like I've read everything and I'm like, oh my goodness, I only need what got released, today. So I'm able to catch up on all kinds of things and, getting introduced to new authors. And a little hint, there are so many great booktubers on YouTube. Again, for whatever genre you want, there are so many great booktubers, and I just listen to them and get lots of notes on, oh, I'm gonna check this person out and check that person out, get a lot of book recommendations. So audiobooks have really been a pleasure. It's let me get back into one of my favorite pastimes, which was reading. And although, I'm listening on audiobook and I tend to think of that as, good because I can multitask, and that's probably not how I should always look at everything. Like, you don't have to always multitask, which, that's on the list coming up, is to slow it way down, do one thing at a time. But anyway, the audiobooks have really helped me ease back into the habit of taking in literature, taking in, nonfiction works by authors that I wanted to check out, again, self-help, personal development, finance, investing, and it's free, okay? It's free. I love that. Free is best. So I'm going to end on another digital tool, which is meditation apps. There are all other kinds of self-help apps that are out there, but in particular, I'm just going to talk about meditation apps, and in particular, one called Mindfulness, or maybe just Mindful. Anyway, because I've been using it, I just needed a little timer. Now it has guided meditations for like 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes. I think it goes up to 30 minutes, and you can get them guided with a voice or no voice. You can have them with no background or the sound of rain or the sound of nature, whatever you need. But my recommendation is, if you're going to work on building a meditation practice, set yourself up for success. If you can only do 1 minute to start out with, then just do that. Just sit quietly and deeply breathe in and out for a minute. Then move to 3 minutes. Then move to 5 minutes. And if you don't want to move to like 10 or 15 minutes, do 3 minutes 3 times a day. Or 5 minutes 3 times a day. It's a practice. And the way our media comes at us, the way the information changes and zooms all around us, we're really not being encouraged to be still and to shut our brain off for even a moment. So my suggestion is to start small. Set yourself up for success. And one of the ways I did it was through using a meditation app on my phone. And another meditation tip or trick are like 5-minute meditation videos on YouTube. I could just put it on, and there was like a little something going on the screen, like a kaleidoscope or something like that, but I wouldn't, look at it. But there was like no excuse. Like there are literally hundreds of meditation videos on YouTube. So meditation was a really good practice for me to start with self-love. And I do at least once 5 minutes a day. I can go 15 minutes because now my mind kind of can feel the 5-minute increments and I'm able to kind of move through that. But I just want to encourage you to do what you can do, no matter what. If it's 1 minute, 3 minutes, just give yourself that time. Our brains just need a break. So that was the first half of my list of things, that activities and tools that can contribute to self-love that I've used. And you will develop your own list. Some of these things may not appeal to you. Some of them might be an idea you've never heard before, and you say, hey, that might work. So I'll be back with the second half of the video so that it doesn't get too long, and we will do the next half of self-love activities and practices. So until then, I hope that you're having a good day or night whenever you're watching this. I hope you're doing well and that you are surrounded by love, and take care. Am I going to have to divide this into 3 videos?